Symbiotic relationships. An ecosystem is a complex community of living organisms. The living things depend on each other and the environment that they're in, from the tiniest bug to the largest animal. Relationships between organisms are a crucial part of ecosystems. They work together to keep things in balance. To better understand this, let's consider some of the relationships that exist in a rainforest. Many animals rely on leaf litter and fallen logs for their shelter and/or camouflage. Spiders use trees in order to set their traps. Herbivores, such as iguanas and sloths, rely on the plentiful food source, the plants. And the carnivores, such as anacondas and harpy eagles, feast on the herbivores. Everything within an ecosystem is connected in some way. Some of the interactions, or relationships, are closer than others. Close relationships between organisms from different species are called symbiotic relationships. Some species of caterpillars and ants have a symbiotic relationship. The caterpillar provides nectar droplets to feed the ants. In return, the ants protect the caterpillar from potential predators such as wasps and spiders. In this example, both organisms, the caterpillar and the ant, benefit from the relationship. The ant gets nectar droplets and the caterpillar gets protection. When both organisms benefit from the interaction, it is called mutualism. When we think about symbiotic relationships, we often think about relationships in which both species benefit. This isn't always the case. Not all symbiotic relationships are mutualistic. As well as mutualism, there are two other types of symbiotic relationships: parasitism and commensalism. A parasitic relationship is a relationship in which one of the species benefits and the other is harmed. The organism that benefits is called the parasite, while the other organism is known as the host. The parasite takes advantage of the host. The parasite gains access to essentials such as food and shelter and relies on the host for its survival. An example of a parasitic relationship is that between a tick and a deer. Ticks attach themselves to deer and other mammals in order to feed on their blood. Not only do ticks cause irritation and discomfort to the deer, but they can also transmit various diseases to their host. The third type of symbiotic relationship is commensalism. Commensalism is a type of relationship in which one of the species benefits by taking food, shelter, or transport from the other without causing it benefit or harm. An example of this is the relationship birds have with trees. Some birds build their nests in trees, using the branches for support. The trees provide these birds a safe place high off the ground and away from their predators to lay their eggs. The trees are unharmed by the actions of the birds. Let's have a look at one more example of each type of symbiotic relationship. We'll start with the relationship between orchids and trees. Orchids grow on the trunks and branches of other trees. Orchids do not grow very large, so no harm is caused to the host tree. Orchids benefit from the rainwater that runs off the bark and from the nutrients from decaying organic matter on the tree. The tree also provides protection for the orchid. The orchid benefits and the host tree is unharmed. This is an example of commensalism. Now let's look at the symbiotic relationship between a cuckoo and a warbler. The female cuckoo sneaks into the warbler's nest and lays an egg. The unsuspecting warbler then looks after the cuckoo's egg alongside her own. When the cuckoo chick hatches, the warbler raises it as her own. This saves the cuckoo energy raising its own young. The warbler's own offspring may suffer from reduced care and an increased competition for food. This is an example of parasitism. Finally, let's have a look at the relationship between a bee and a flower. A bee collects nectar or pollen from flowers for their food. While doing so, pollen from flowers sticks to the bee's body. The bee then unintentionally deposits the pollen from its body to the next flower, causing cross-pollination. This pollination allows plants to produce seeds and fruits, ensuring their reproduction. This relationship is an example of mutualism. Symbiotic relationships between organisms are a crucial part of ecosystems. What other symbiotic relationships do you know? If you like, leave an example of each different type of symbiotic relationship in the comments. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon for the next lesson. EasyTeaching.net